Okay, hi student. In the previous video, we see the article in the same chapter and same paper, that is the direction angle and direction cosines. And again we will see one more theorem. So after this, now in this video, in the same paper, that is the mathematical part, chapter number 5, that is the vector, and that new article in this chapter, that is the direction ratios. Okay, so what is meant by the direction ratios? So students, already you know that is the alpha, beta and gamma are the direction angles of the lines. Make an angle with the positive, with the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Similarly, that is L means cos alpha, cos gamma and cos beta and cos gamma, that will be denoted by L, M, N, and these are the direction cosines. In short, it is denoted as DCS, direction cosine, and this is that direct angle. And so this L, M, N are the direction cosines of the line, and suppose that the numbers A, B and C, any numbers, that is A, B, C, and these numbers A, B, C are proportional to the line in the direction cosine, that is L, M, N, proportional to the direction cosines L, M, N, that is L upon A is same as M upon B is same as N upon C. Means that is this number ABC are proportional to direction cosines, and it would be denoted by like direction is directly proportional to. Okay, that is this ratio, all these three ratios are the constant. Means this is said to be the directly proportional. And if it is the directly proportional to the direction cosines, then that number ABC are called direction ratios. It is denoted by DRS. Direction ratios. Means whenever these numbers are said to be direction ratios, if these numbers are proportional with the direction cosines, and if it is proportional to the direction cosine, then that time we say that these numbers are, that is the ABC, are the direction ratios of the corresponding line. Okay, understood what is meant by the direction ratio? Okay, and it is denoted by ABC small, and that small ABC are the direction ratios of a line, because whenever you say that these are the direction ratios of the lines, when these numbers are proportional to the direction cosines of the lines, that is it satisfies this equation, that is L upon A is same as M upon B equal to N upon C, and it satisfies this is proportion. Okay, understood. Now after this, we see that one more theorem, otherwise one more questions. See that if you have to given any line, suppose I have to consider you have to given the line P, and you know the coordinate of the point P, that is x1, y1 and z1, and its coordinate will be that x2, y2 and z2. Okay, means that question will be that if P of x1, y1, z1 and Q of x2, y2, z2, then the direction ratios of the line PQ are x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. हे त्याचे डायरेक्शन रेशोज असतील. जर तुम्हाला दोघं पॉइंटचे कोऑर्डिनेट दिले असतील तर हे त्याच्यावर आपण त्याचे डायरेक्शन रेशो घेऊ शकता. समजा आता एखादा एक्झाम्पल, फॉर एक्झाम्पल सपोज यू हॅव टू गिवन द 2 3 4, दिस इज द कोऑर्डिनेट ऑफ द पॉइंट P and this is the coordinate of point Q, that is the 7 6 10. Okay, so what are the direction ratios? So simply you can simplify that. This is x1 x2 x3, sorry, x1 y1 z1, and this is x2 y2 z2. So that is x2 minus x1, that is the 7 minus 2, that is the 5, 6 minus 3, that is the 3, 10 minus 4, that is the 6, and so 5 3 6 are the direction ratios of the line PQ. Okay, so we want to prove that. So how to prove this? So see that, students. So you require that, you know that first of all we will prove that. First statement is that let alpha, beta and gamma are the direction angle or the direction angle with the x axis, y axis and z axis respectively, with x, y, z axis respectively. Okay, so therefore their corresponding direction ratios are, therefore n is equal to cos alpha, n is equal to cos gamma beta, and n is equal to cos gamma are its direction cosines. एवढं आपण लिहू शकतो. मग याच्यानंतर आर द डायरेक्शन कोसाइन्स ऑफ द लाइन PQ. ओके, हे PQ चे सगळं. Now the numbers, that is the direction ratios of the PQ are proportional to its direction cosines. The direction ratios of PQ are proportional to cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. So therefore now we calculate the vector PQR. You know that vector PQR, that is the position vector of point Q minus position vector of point P, and that is, I will denote its position vector as a QR, small qr, its position vector will be the P1. And so simplify this, that is the x2i plus y2j plus z2k minus x1i plus y1j plus z1k. Note that here I, j, k are the unit vector. They may be represented by I cap, j cap and k cap, but I will write it simply, that is I, j, k. Okay. So simplify this is equal to x2 minus x1i plus y2 minus y1j plus z2 minus z1k. I will consider this is equation number first. So this is the value of the vector PQR. Now you know that I cap is the unit vector along the x axis, and now I will take here, let PQR dot with unit vector I cap. Means I will calculate the dot product of vector PQR and vector unit vector I cap. So that is the I cap is along the x axis. So definitely the angle between the PQ, line PQ and x axis, that is the alpha. And so according to definition of dot product, so we will get here, that is the magnitude of PQ bar multiplied by magnitude of I bar, I cap, okay, and into cos of angle between them, that is the cos alpha. Again simplify, that is the magnitude of PQ I will denote by PQ. Magnitude of unit vector I cap is a 1, so that's why I can write 1, and 1 into cos alpha, that is the cos alpha, so that's why PQ cos alpha is the answer of this dot product. Okay, that is PQ dot product with the I is equal to PQ cos alpha. I will consider that this is the relation number 1 or equation number 1. Okay. Similarly, I will take the dot product of vector PQ bar with the unit vector J bar. Sorry, again I will take that. Again, see that PQ bar dot with I cap, it will be calculated by another way as well. You know the value of PQ bar, that is the x2 minus x1i, okay, plus y2 minus y1j plus z2 minus z1k, and this is a dot product with the I vector. Okay, and now simplify this dot product. So that is the PQ bar dot with I cap is equal to, now you know that the same vector dot product is what, that is I bar dot I bar, that is the x2 minus x1 into I bar dot I bar, that is the 1. Similarly, y2 minus y1 into dot product of j bar dot with I bar, it is the 0, and similarly that is z2 minus z bar is also dot product k bar dot with I bar is also 0, and so finally our answer will be that is the PQ bar dot I cap equal to x2 minus x1. Okay, and now compare this both. This is the value of PQ dot I bar, this is the value of PQ bar I bar. By comparing we get that is PQ cos alpha is equal to x2 minus x1. And now I will consider that this is the equation number first. Okay, I will cancel this. Similarly, you take the dot product of the vector PQ bar, same with the unit vector J bar. Similarly, PQ bar dot with J cap, according to definition, that is the magnitude of PQ bar into magnitude of J bar, J cap, into cos of angle between them, that is the cos beta, and so finally it is the PQ cos beta. This is the one value of this. Again similarly, that is the another way, that is the PQ bar dot with J bar is equal to, inside the bracket, that is x2 minus x1 I plus y2 minus y1 j plus z2 minus z1 k cap dot with j cap. And so by simplifying, you know that the same vector dot product is 1 and different vector dot product is 0, and so that's why here simply that is the y2 minus y1. y2 minus y1, and therefore by comparing with this, so we get that is the PQ cos beta is equal to y2 minus y1. I will consider that this is equation number second. Similarly, with the z axis, that is unit vector along the z axis, that is the k bar, and same way we take the dot product of the PQ bar with the z bar, k bar, and so we get that in the finally that is the PQ cos of gamma, because angle between the k bar and that line will be the gamma, and so it will be directly, we get directly that is z2 minus z1. I will consider that is the equation number third. Okay, so after this you calculate the value of, from this equation first, the value of PQ bar. See that this are right. From the equation first, you get the value of PQ bar is equal to x2 minus x1 upon cos alpha. So here also you get that is the y2 minus y1 upon cos beta, and again equal to that is z2 minus z1 upon cos beta. And now all these values are equal, means this y2 minus y1 upon cos alpha, all are the constant, and so therefore we write here that is x2 minus x1 upon cos alpha, y2 minus y1 upon cos beta equal to z2 minus z1 cos gamma. So again in the test standard property, so we can write it also as a cos alpha upon x2 minus x1 is equal to cos beta upon y2 minus y1 equal to cos gamma upon z2 minus z1, and therefore this x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1 are proportional to direction cosines of the line PQ, that is the cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma, and hence x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1 are the direction ratios of the line PQ, and hence the proof. कळलं मित्रांनो? सिंपल होतं. Okay, now after this the next article, that is the, समजा आपण नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल आता आपण पुढच्या व्हिडिओत बघूया मित्रांनो. ओके, तोपर्यंत थांबू.